One time I said, it's time to go, and now is the time for episode 55. For realsies this
Are we
time.
really at 55?
55, yes.
You could listen to an episode a week, and it would be longer than a year. Ain't that something?
And you probably should listen to it less often, so it could be even more than a year worth of content.
Yeah, so it's special. Yeah. You should probably watch this once a year. So that way you can really savor it. And you can go to the Reddit, which oddly exists for some reason.
I forgot it exists, which is crazy.
I don't even check on it because I quit Reddit essentially, and you don't like Reddit. You had a thing against Reddit, like pre fuckery. You had a thing against Reddit.
Yeah. I don't
you just don't like the people there.
I don't like to read. It's all reading.
Oh well, you're dumb. So
that's why I don't like to read.
Yeah, you don't read anything.
I read manga.
You read picture books.
Yeah, and I read subtitles.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's funny? I used to be really active in Reddit, right? When I was like 14 years old was when I made my Reddit account. Actually, what's my cake day? Can I check what my cake day is?
That made me. I hate that word. Dude, I hate
the Reddit lingo.
Reddit lingo is so unbearably bad for me. Like I hate it so much.
So my the narwhal bacon's at midnight, dude.
Yeah, no, that's horrible. The pupper,
do you know what
doggo, yeah, all that shit needs to die.
Yeah. You have your own version of that though, of the shit that you fucking follow.
You're being unpoggers right now.
See, can I be honest with you for a moment? Every time I hear people do Kek or Pepe or any of that shit, I just automatically assume they're a Nazi, like they're racist.
Oh, it's like the Hillary Clinton thing.
Yeah, well, it's not even. I think it's just 4chan. I think I just associate, for Pepe the Frog is like on the anti-defamation board, right? Like it's like hate speech. It's like a hate symbol. Right?
Yeah. But didn't Hillary
officially?
Clinton do something with there was some Pepe Gate or something?
I'm sure that she doesn't like it because all the guys, because I think it all stems from back when, because now it's just the right, but there was a time when the left would call the MAGA movement the alt-right, and it was a little bit more underground, and it would kind of congregate on 4chan boards. I hate that we're starting every episode politically, right? But I think that because it was 4chan, these were not normal people. So these were actually racist boards on 4chan.
Right.
And I think I just always associate it with that. And then when Elon Musk changes his Twitter profile to be Kekius Maximus, I go, oh yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I mean? So to see you and your friends use it is super interesting to me because even if it's a Twitch chat or people that I know I like, if I see them using all the emojis and shit that you do, I'm like, oh, you're a horrible, you're a bad guy.
We're all 4chan using Nazis, so that is true. But the thing about Elon is that he's just behind by 10 years.
What about my Reddit age?
Oh, what
you
is
want
it?
to know what it is?
Yeah, tell me.
It's 12 years and 5 months ago. I made my Reddit account.
Which you were...
Yay!
You were 25... Wait, you were 15, 13, 12.
I'm 26 now.
14.
So 12 and a half years. I was 14, I was right?
You were right.
I don't know. Why do I have that memorized?
I have
the age when I created an account I don't use anymore.
Reddit so infrequently. I probably have 5 or 6 accounts that all just range in.
You have 5 accounts? Why do you need 5 Reddit
because
accounts? Were you making alt accounts and going to am I the asshole?
No, I was going to the 4chan Reddit boards and saying Kek and Pepe lol.
What the fuck? Was this true?
No.
Okay, you're going to the 4chan Reddit boards?
Well, okay, hold on. Well, the reason that I had 5 or 6 accounts was because I would log in and then I wouldn't log in for another 2 years. And I'd be like, I don't know my logins, I'll make a new one.
Yeah, I had it's funny you say that because I knew what 4chan was always, because I was just a terminally chronically online kid, right? I was super into everything. Mm-hmm. So I knew what 4chan was and what went down on there. But every time I loaded up 4chan and tried to learn how to use it, I was like, I don't want to fucking do this.
Okay.
So I would go to r/4chan or whatever the fuck it was and read people reposting 4chan threads in Reddit.
Yeah.
Which is the cringiest thing to say out
Yes.
loud now. Like, that's like a terrible thing. But what I was going to say originally about Reddit was like when I was like between the ages of like 14, 16, maybe 17, I like avidly read through like Ask Reddit threads, like Ask Lawyer thread, like just like all sorts of like really wordy, lengthy Reddit posts.
Yeah.
And I would always be like on my phone at like family gatherings. And I remember one of my aunts would always ask me like, "Oh, what are you doing on your phone?" And I would always say reading. And she would just ask me like, "What are you reading?" And I'd go like, articles. For some reason I was like kind of already lying a little bit by trying to pass off being a Redditor
as
reading, and then subsequently from that lying, like actually lying about them being like news articles, which sometimes they were. Sometimes it would be like r/news or something like that.
Yeah, dude. 1 second. I'm reversed again. Go ahead.
Oh, is that not going to be in the episode?
No,
any of that?
I was like doing trouble spinning.
I was going to say, while we're on the topic of formatting this show through technical things, here's the Wheel of Bits.
Oh, thank you. I will.
I posted it in guest chat. I don't know why I did that.
I will look at that in a moment. What I wanted to say is that I used to use 4chan a little bit. I wouldn't use poll. That shit was cancer. Most of 4chan was cancer.
I know what like some board names are, right? Like I know like the Mew board was a thing and /B was a thing.
That's the one I would use is B because it was random. And sometimes there was funny stuff.
But I don't know what any of them were. Like I just know the names of them because I've heard other people complain about it. You know?
Yeah, B was random. So sometimes it was funny stuff. And what I used it for were porn threads, essentially. Porn WebM.
Yeah.
And You Laugh, You Loses, dude. The You Laugh, You Loses were so good. So good on 4chan. They were edgy.
Was it like a dude? Yeah, I was going to say, was it like a dude dying? Is it just like death compilations?
In my experience, there's a lot less. Maybe I was just on the wrong boards, but there's a lot less like blatant gore and racism than
there used to be.
I was expecting.
Oh, I had a buddy of mine that like I was friends with back in Maryland, and like I knew him in high school. And then when I went back out to Maryland again, I went to his apartment and he was smoking weed, and he was like, "Do you want to watch death compilations on 4chan?" And he would just put on like a death compilation on 4chan.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, like this is just how. Yeah, this is what I'm doing tonight.
I guess we're doing this now.
I flew all the way across the country to do that, I guess.
Damn it! I guess I'm doing this now. All I wanted to do. We said before. We talked about this on episode 9. I think about.
The fans are gonna get on your ass for that. They're gonna be like, no, that's S203.
Yeah, S203.
Ben Paquette's Wally World.
Yes, exactly.
And they're gonna get you on the timestamps on it.
I'm going to get lynched.
They're gonna call you a hypocrite.
We'll get lynched.
Why would you say that? Well, why would you bring that up? Why would you? There's a horrible history behind that.
Okay, we're talking about 4chan, so I thought it was like.
Did they lynch people?
I think they probably preferred it.
You know, for as horrible as I just made 4chan out to be, Reddit has like actually killed people, and I don't know if that's true for 4chan.
I'm sure. No, there's a thread, and I might be a lie, but there was a thread where someone said, "How do I clean my toilet?" And a guy said ammonia and bleach, and then allegedly someone died from it. I don't believe it.
No,
I don't believe it.
I was thinking about the Boston bomber situation with Reddit. Do you know about that?
Yes, of course. Well, Reddit has a much bigger. Yeah, I'd say a much bigger user base than a place like 4chan.
True.
I would think
they're like more mainstream now. They're trying to IPO right now, which is why a lot of these horrible changes they made to their service are happening.
Yeah.
What's funny is I always understood that like Reddit was a cringy place to be, even when I was like 14 years old and I would see like the narwhal bacons at midnight shit. I'd be like, these people are annoying. Like like I understood even back then as a child that like this is not like real life, right?
Yeah.
Like I found it entertaining. I found it informative. I found a lot of people that thought like me about certain subjects, but ultimately they were all no life losers. Yeah. And so, you know, it had that stigma for me already. And on top of that, some of Reddit's features were always horrible. Like, since the beginning of time, searching for something on Reddit is like a nightmare. And it's still that way to this day. And so when they made all these like changes that just sucked, I was like, there's no way I'm actively using this anymore. I will say this though, for the news segment, which is on the wheel, I'm waiting for it to actually get popular, because I know there's going to be some comment being like, this is just r/not the onion. And you'd be right, because I do go on there sometimes to look at silly news stories. It's not all the news stories on there. It's not a 1-for-1. Like I like just am reading the top not r/not the onion stories, but there are a handful of them, and probably each one, because I find it funny. I don't know.
Not the onion, is that like stories that should be fake but are real?
Yes, yeah. So the premise of the subreddit, this is great. Can we please call this episode La Reddit episode?
Late Reddit episode? Okay.
Lay Reddit episode, yeah. Fucking kill me, dude. But yeah, the premise of the subreddit is it's like real news stories that are bad enough. Like, they sound like they're fake, right? Like, it sounds like a comedy writer wrote it. Like, here,
okay.
if I go right now,
is it
I have it still pulled up from my phone.
Is it going to spoil one of your news segments?
Why would I read you one that I know is in my news segment? I'm not making it up on the fly.
You can.
Yeah, like the top one right now is idiotic U.S. YouTuber arrested for leaving Diet Coke for remote tribe that killed last visitor previously visited by the Taliban.
The Sentinel Island. New Sentinel Island, or whatever it's called.
Oh, is that really I didn't read. I saw the headline for it earlier today. I didn't know it was North Sentinel Island. That's a notorious one.
Yeah. Yep. He bro left the Coke. I'm like, dude, if you're going to leave anything, Coke is kind of like the thing to leave, you know?
Oddly enough, this fake Down syndrome influencers OnlyFans story was posted 12 hours ago on here, but we got that 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But that's actually huge.
I'm trying to see some. You have to kind of sort through it, because again, Reddit like sucks now. So like back in its heyday, this would be all full of chuckles, right? Chuckles and lulls and everything. And now it's like once every 10 posts, it's like, oh, that's like what it should be. You know?
Okay, so there were a few subreddits that I liked a lot. There was YouTube Haiku. Classic.
I loved YouTube Haiku. I actually got quite a bit of views on my personal YouTube channel off YouTube Haiku. Yeah. I don't think they allow self-promotion anymore, but like that banana video, that POV or banana video, which by the way, why don't I make stuff like that anymore? That video is amazing.
Dude. You should make feature-length movies out of those animations.
Give me money for a team and I would love to do that. But that video I posted on YouTube Haiku and like a few others, and people, I don't know. Some people liked them.
How about montage parodies?
The subreddit? I'm unfamiliar. I mean, I think I can pick up what it is from what you're telling me.
It's just montage parodies.
Yeah.
I was on there a fuck ton. I loved montage parodies. Space Dicks, of course.
I do remember Space Dicks. If you mention a subreddit, I probably knew it, because like when I said I was like a Redditor, like it was literally all I would do, like in my free time, was play video games and read like Reddit threads. Yeah.
How about do you remember? There were some fucked ones. Watch People Die.
I remember Watch People Die. I was actually you know, it's funny. I just made fun of my Watch People Die. Yeah, I would kill people. I made fun of my friend for inviting me over and showing me death compilations, right? But he was like we were like adults at the time, like full, like I was like past 20. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like I flew all the way across the country to go see my friends, and that was like what he chose to do. So that's why I thought it was kind of lame and weird. But I did watch People Die when it was a thing.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but it was like every now and then I'd be like, oh, let's check out the crazy stuff. And I'd watch like 5 videos on it. And I remember when it got banned, there was like a Reddit clone people were trying to keep alive that had a similar thing going on in it. And then I don't know why I did this. This is so horrible to think back on. I would like try to go see the fake Reddit Watch People Die thing. And then it just got to the point where I was like, it got to be as complicated as like learning how to use 4chan, and I was like, I'm not. And the people there are just worse too, because it's like
that's all they do. That's all they do.
Well, it's like the people that are like obsessed with watching videos of people watching die, and they're all like bad people. Like again, I don't want to sit here and say like, oh, it's a good thing that you like are slightly interested in watching a video of a guy dying. Like I'm talking about it like it's like drinking, where it's like, oh, if it's like once a month, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But like that was kind of how I treated it, right? It was like, oh, like once a month, like I check out the crazy subreddit and just see what they're up to. And it felt more tame because I feel like it was also filled with a bunch of people who probably weren't like using it every single day. But once you got to the fake Reddit clone, it was like just the people like, he didn't bleed enough. You know what I mean? Like they're commenting like, why didn't you like jump on him, or I don't know.
Watch people die was for me was weird because I was like 15 when I saw that.
This is a confessional booth. I mean, my fucking employers might be watching. And you really want to hire a guy who watched Reddit videos of people dying at 14?
I didn't know. I convinced myself that it was fake. And so I'd watch it and like with like a level of separation because I told myself it was fake.
I forgot I did this. I'm just now having a vivid memory. So there was a really niche subreddit called r/outside. I think that's what it was called. If not, it was something similar. And it was essentially, oh my God, a role-playing subreddit. I think I have like massive allergies or something going on. I've been like sneezing a fuck ton. You could just go outside. I just smell pollen like when I walk outside. Yeah. Like I know for some people, like, oh, it smells like flowers. Like when I go outside right now, like it is a problem.
I put my nose deep into all of my central air units and take in all the dust and sneeze all morning.
Great. I love that for you.
Yeah, me too.
Oh yeah. I remember what I was going to say now. So I'm just going to call it r/outside. It may have been some variant of that. Grain of salt. But it was essentially a large subreddit of people role playing real life as if it were a video game. And they'd be like, some major news story would happen and they'd give like patch notes on it. You know what I mean? Or they'd be like,
they're LARPing real life in.
Yes.
That's so stupid.
They would LARP real life. And at the time I thought it was so funny. They'd LARP real life in Reddit. And they'd be like achievement unlocked and shit like that for like stuff that they do. And so now this is going to go deep for a moment, right? Okay. So I'm in this subreddit, not posting anything, at least not yet, just like actively lurking in it. And then someone decided to make like a not safe for work. You turn your vibrator on, buddy? What's going on?
Is that a problem if I put it on?
Can we please do an episode where we get the remote control vibrator?
What is that? It suggests CNS, we make each other come? What is that? Yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
But yeah, so someone made like a not safe for work variant of r/outside, right?
Yeah.
And it was kind of like version where people would post like kind of gory or similar videos but pretend like it was whatever,
right?
And I made a post. I found this video of this guy who was like climbing like a building. He's like scaling the wall of a building, right? I forget, it may have been one of those like cheating videos where like a guy is trying to like sneak out of a window or something, so he's like avoiding the partner coming in. Something I don't know, but he falls and like I don't know if he dies, but it didn't look good. It was like multiple stories that he fell from, and I posted it and captioned it like when you get desynchronized in Assassin's Creed, and it got like 80 upvotes, and I was so proud of myself.
It didn't get removed
for like a week. Well, the subreddit's gone, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's like long gone.
Damn it. I want to keep talking about subreddits. How about you?
Not to get political or anything. Not to get political or anything.
That time of the month subreddit? Is that
like women sharing like period advice?
Yeah. Well, no, just periods, like pictures of periods and stuff. There was a I don't know what it was. It was
Does
like
that still exist?
I don't know, but there was like a gross. I wouldn't look it up. It's really not nice.
Why are people posting this?
So there was a site or something where it would give you a random like shock subreddit, and that was one of them.
Yeah.
Did you ever look at oh no, 50-50 classic.
50-50 was awesome.
Classic.
Although at one point it like just became porn.
Yes. It was like huge tits or puppies. And it's always huge tits.
It would be like very predictable.
Yep.
At one point. The
idea was cool. The idea was there.
Should we do that with our YouTube page?
Every other video. So, no, we upload a video. We title it, "Is this going to be a podcast or like an hour of Zach coming?" And it's going to be option B, hopefully. For your sake. That's a lot of
YouTube might come for us again.
Yeah.
Oh, we should address those Nimrods that were on the Reflux upload of we might lose this channel.
I'm hoping by the time this releases, we lost the last podcast because of the title. That's what I'm hoping. I'm trying to push boundaries a little bit. Because I'm tired of YouTube's shit. Is really what it comes down to. I'm fucking sick of them.
Well, I also think we like know what our box is at this point, right? Like I find the stuff that we do very funny, and it fulfills me a little bit.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't think at this point a podcast is going to get 100,000 views or anything like that, right? So just fuck it, make cool stuff, and hope that if you push enough buttons and push enough, you know, on whatever you want to do, then something will happen.
I just hope that
it might result in everything going away. I don't know.
Well, my hope is that YouTube can kind of understand context a little bit. Given the title of the video being what it is.
What if it doesn't even let you upload it? What if it doesn't even let you like get to the publishing stage with that title?
It's definitely going to get shadow banned, as in like it's not going to be on anybody's algorithm because of the word terrorist organization and the title. But the thumbnails are fucking funny. All the three thumbnails I made, and I know that they look lazy and they kind of are lazy, but content-wise, I find them very, very funny. But yeah, so there are some Nimrods. Do you have the comment on hand?
Yeah, I'm looking. Oh, I have them right here.
I'm gonna grab my garbage can.
There's not like a whole lot of them. There's really just one guy. Why do we need garbage cans?
What?
Why do we need garbage cans?
I'm gonna cut my nails while you read the comment.
What?
I'm gonna cut my nails.
This can't possibly be your plan.
What do you mean? I didn't cut him earlier today, so I'm cutting him now.
Well, you can't find another time in your gross ass life to trim?
No.
Whatever, dude. The first comment, I mean, there's 3 comments, really. The first one I'm not particularly concerned with. It says, "Oh no, you'll lose your channel that gets 9 views per video. No way you'll be able to rebuild that." And he's right. I mean, honestly, there's not really much of a pushback on that. I still think it's interesting to talk about because it's like the fucking. To me, the point of the video isn't like, "Oh, feel sad for us." The point of the video is like, aren't YouTube's policies weird? You know what I mean? Like, isn't the way that they review these situations just like
maybe the way we titled and thumbnailed
it?
I say maybe the way I titled and thumbnailed it made it come off.
Yeah. So like at one point in my life, I put a lot of effort into that Reflux channel and grew it to having over 1,000 subscribers. But recently I've been putting less effort into it. And frankly, if it disappeared, I think the world, including I, would move on. I wouldn't be happy about it, but, you know.
But it's a net positive for life.
Yeah, just make shit up.
Yeah.
The second guy is where I have a lot of beef with. He says, to be fair, it's not only because... Oh, for context for this, by the way, I don't even know. How would you very briefly put context to what we're talking about?
To the video that we made?
Yeah.
We got 2 community guidelines warnings about criminal, or the policy that we broke was the violent criminal organizations policy. So we made a video.
Which we are.
which we are, so we made a video where we basically were just talking about it and saying that, hey, and clickbaited a little bit, hey, we might lose this channel. That's all.
Yeah, sure. But the reason why I bring up context for it is this guy's going to get into the weeds a little bit on the specifics
so we made a
of what
song.
happened.
We made the song Possum and a Peanut song. I say my pen pal Ted, talking about Ted Kaczynski. Whoa. And Ted Kaczynski is the Unabomber. The Unabomber killed people. YouTube is not a fan of that. So they didn't like me bringing him up.
Essentially just in a song. Because for extra context, I know we talked about this a lot. For extra context, go watch last episode. How about that?
Yeah.
So this guy says, to be fair, it's not only because of who you said, you used a fairly popular copyrighted material.
I don't know what he's talking about there.
And, yeah, I know. That part is insane. And expected nothing bad to happen of it. Also, putting video in question while linking to an OnlyFans is against YouTube's terms of service, so I wouldn't be surprised to see your channel gone very soon. Cheers. Mugshots aren't copyrighted. Who are you thinking owns the rights to the mugshot?
I don't know. I feel like he's not talking about that because that would be so stupid to say. I don't know what he's talking about.
I mean, like, go look up Ted Kaczynski or the Unabomber. I don't know if you want to censor the names. Go look up the guy on YouTube. You'll find that it's like on every, like, who do you think that I sent you one earlier of Wendigoon. He has a video with 7.5 million views, and it's called The Internet's Favorite Terrorist or something like that. And it has 7.5 million views, and the thumbnail is that picture. And the picture's in the video. And it's like in almost every video of him, because it's like one of the only pictures we got of the guy.
Yeah.
And it's like, let's suppose I did want to license it. Who would I pay? Him?
That's why I'm thinking he can't be talking about the picture of the Unabomber. I cannot believe that that's what he's thinking.
I don't know what I have no clue what he'd be referring to then.
I would say maybe the song,
he can't be
but I don't know.
talking about the beat, because how would he know? That's such deep context to know like where the beat came from for the song. We're gonna just, I don't know. Now the OnlyFans thing is interesting. Maybe that is against YouTube terms of service. I don't know.
I looked it up.
Okay,
you can't link porn. There's no porn. There was no porn on our page.
Yeah, but you don't think like another bot would be like, that's a link to the porn site.
It's the same thing as it was with the other thing. It 100% would falsely flag the thing.
So he's half right there, right?
Sure,
he's like probably like YouTube probably would think that, but it's also not violating the policy. Either way, it's just like such an ignorant statement to make while being so confident in it. I just find it funny.
The copyright piece is like, okay, I haven't dealt with YouTube for years and years and years. I have no idea how the copyright system works, Smile. Like, I know if I upload a fucking Kanye West song, it's going to get copyright claimed. If you upload a picture of the Unabomber, a mugshot, that shit's not getting copyright claimed. That's not a copyright problem.
How do you think like local news gets away with like posting everyone's mugshot everywhere? Like,
I am the press. I am journalist.
Yeah, we are journalists. We should have wrote that in the reply that we're actually journalists.
You're right.
So yeah, I don't want to stay on this topic too much because we already addressed all of it. I just thought these people were a little silly. But then sorry. I do want to get to the last comment, which I personally find hilarious. Pop this person's name up, please. It's Katie Barber 407 says Luigi noises, and you reply, "Why did you say this, Katie?" And Katie says, I've just been playing Super Mario Brothers lately."
What the fuck is this?
I love that. Thank you, Katie.
Why did Katie say that? Why did Katie say that?
It's either a case of someone with like severe autism, right? Or she found her people. Or it's just I don't know.
Who the fuck knows what Katie's on about?
Maybe it's like a subliminal thing where I should be taking it as like someone that's hating us.
I was thinking Luigi noise is like what did I miss? Like, what does that mean that I don't know? Maybe there's an Urban Dictionary.
I thought maybe for a moment I was like Luigi Mangione. I was like maybe there's some connection.
It could be.
Like, I'm gonna kill you. Like,
I'm gonna look up Luigi noises on Urban Dictionary.
Turn safe search off.
Nothing. She was just playing Mario. I don't know what to say. She was actually just playing Mario.
That's kind of awesome.
It is kind of awesome.
Should I just start commenting on people's videos about like what I'm doing, like what I'm playing?
Nubby. Just go to
I say nubby noise.
No,
and then
no.
someone's
Just be
why
like,
would you?
just drop like, what is it? Lonely Rock or whatever it is. And
Friendly
just
Rock.
Just put that in someone's comment.
I have a YouTube video idea, and I don't know what to do about it, but I want to do a Friendly Rock only run of Nubby, and I feel like there could be a good. I feel like there could be a good YouTube video made out of that. I just don't know what I would do with it.
Every time that I have a chance to, I am playing Nubby.
I'm so happy you like it. Oh, can I just for context really quick? I love giving context. I love interrupting the flow of conversation to give context
yes, of course.
to things. I'm the actually personified.
The Redditor. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the love Redditor. That's me.
Yep.
Anyways, there's a game out called Nubby's Number Factory. I found the guy on TikTok and I bought the game and now I'm obsessed with it. And I love it. You should go support it. I really want that. And one of those things where it's like, like one guy made it and you just really want to see him succeed.
Yep.
In something. So I'm just trying to talk about it wherever I can. Because I get obsessed with those type of games.
Hey, we live streamed it a week ago. Watch it a week ago. Watch it if you want.
What's funny about the live stream is we spent hours trying to beat the game. Didn't even get close. We close out of it. I play it one more time after, immediately beat it. And the next time, just break the game open. It's insane.
I played like 3 or 4 games.
Beating the game like half the time when I play it now. It's crazy.
I played 3 or 4 games after that stream, and I had one immediately.
I don't want to spend too much time on this topic because it's very self-serving, and I don't feel like many people are going to be interested in it. But I do have to say, this week for me has been this honestly year so far for me has been a true joy and pleasure when it comes to media I enjoy. Not only with Split Fiction coming out, not only with Nubby's Number Factory and everything. I mean, you're getting GTA 6 and everything later in the year. Oh, we've been getting into Phasmophobia. I told you I started watching Twin Peaks. We finished the original series. I just finished the movie that came after it. I don't even know what to do with my fucking hands, buddy. I am in love with the fucking shit that I just watched.
Yeah.
The most amount of music, something you have to understand about me too is I'm a big fan of things that have really annoying fan bases, and I think that I'm not an annoying person, even though I probably am about it. There's been so much fucking music that came out like last night and over the past week that I'm just gushing over. Like I'm like literally obsessed. There's like 3 albums that came out last night that I'm obsessed with. In like I literally made a playlist of it. There were 31 songs that came out last night from artists that I enjoy that I just am like on repeat over and over and over and over and over again. I'm trying to get work done. I have life shit I got to take care of. I've been so freaking happy and pleased. The world goes to shit and art gets better. I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I think a couple episodes ago I said the opposite, that even art got bad. But oddly enough, it got real good for me the past month.
And the main thing that fixed your thought process there was Nubby's fucking Number Factory, baby. Yes.
Yes. Buy it on Steam. It's $5.
$5. It's fire. It's so good.
Although I will say as an asterisk to that, a few of the things I mentioned came out in like 1990. So maybe, I don't know. But and Phasmophobia didn't come out this year, but we got into it. Nubby's Number Factory came out this year, and it broke records. It is great. It makes you happy. It makes me happy. It does make you happy.
And it makes there's a Friendly Rock that is just so damn cute.
Friendly Rock is pretty based. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? I was going to say
I look good, and my hair looks good today.
You look like a brony.
What do you mean I look like a brony?
You look like you're trying to model yourself after a little pony.
Like I'm trying to fuck a horse?
I know what I was going to say.
Okay.
The Wheel of Bits, which we'll get to at some point in this episode, is a surprise to you often, even though it's only happened once so far. Mm-hmm. And I considered putting a round of Nubby's Number Factory.
We totally should have done that
on the picker.
We totally.
But I didn't know if Tristan would show up tonight, which I don't think he will at this point. But
I did. Did I mention this?
We can do that to close out the fucking show. I don't fucking know. You can do whatever you want.
Did I mention this to Sean that we're doing a podcast tonight? I don't know if I did. He just got back from Florida. I'm sure he has stories. I don't know.
Oh, nice. I would love to talk to him again. It's been a long time.
I'll message him now.
I really haven't. I don't think I've talked to him since we all were hanging out in person.
Really? No shit.
I mean, if I did talk to him, it was like right after.
He's been grinding. He's been working like nonstop. It's actually crazy how much he's been working. I barely talk to the guy.
He feels like a hard worker, you know?
Yeah, I'm trying to play Temtem with the bloke.
Isn't it funny how we started this and it was a whole thing about all of our friends getting together, and now it's just dwindled down to two old, lonely, decrepit,
Friday night,
scraggly men.
Friday night, I'm home alone. Fuck!
Where's Girly off to?
She's with her friend at some other person's house. So I'm home alone.
No, you better check on her,
Sausage party
buddy.
In this house. Let's go!
Better call her right now and ask what she's up to.
You can't see me jerking my naked cock.
Is this your attempt at being funny for the show?
I think that I'm succeeding successfully. So
leave a comment.
Leave a comment if that was funny. I'm gonna pod going on now. If you want to talk about Florida,
who wants to talk about Florida? There's more important things going on, like the economy.
Do you know the video, dude? This video has haunted me for the last like month. You know the video of Jaden Smith on that fucking. I don't know if it's.
I was going to say Daniels, and I was going to say, yeah, buddy. No. I've seen every video on Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Smith on that radio show or whatever it was.
Who's Jaden Smith?
Will Smith's kid, son.
Oh, that kid, Jaden.
Yeah, and then
you mean Sire?
Sire. Did you see that video about Sire saying? He what did he say?
That was the name of the album, and he calls himself Sire.
Oh, I don't even know. He goes.
Iconic.
He's talking to this old guy, and he goes. All my friends go, and then I'm like, can we talk about the political and economic state of the world right now?
I hang out with other people that are my age, and they're just kind of just, selfie. I'm just like, dude, like, oh my god, like, can we talk about like the political and economic state of the world right now?
You know that clip?
Oh yeah. I've seen. I know.
Dude, I've been my stim right now. My stim speak is when he starts saying that, the other guy goes, bro! And I'll just scream that in my house at random times. I was sound like a fucking crazy person to my neighbors because my windows are open because it's warm. Warmish.
Tua.
She's gone, and everyone's happy.
Here come that boy. I also
That's been
know
gone for a while.
From a long time ago.
Bro! I'm going to start saying that to you.
I'm firing my laser.
That's great. Go further back. Go further back.
Shoot the whoop. I
don't know what
the
that
dancing
is.
Baby. I'm Numa yay.
You know peanut butter baby?
Does it feel good?
Yeah, I do know peanut butter.
Peanut butter baby.
Not personally, but
it could be you. That video's like 20 years old or something.
I think I'm 20.
Bro! I think you did.
You've lost everyone in the last fucking 5 minutes. I do think it's funny though. If you go back to like at the first couple episodes, you probably can visibly see us age.
Me for sure. You can see me.
I've been thinking a lot.
Thicking up.
You know, I got my girlfriend, and now we're going on like 4+ years, right? And I think about like when I met her, I was like 22. You know what I mean? I was like, you know what I mean? Like, is like
same boat.
I don't know. It's crazy to think about.
Yeah. And hey, when you met me, you were 23.
Like, they're like they're like the same person to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But like, if you really step back and think about it, think about how much you feel like you've changed and how much you've evolved in the past 4 years.
I know, right? I actually no. You know what? There have been 3 evolutions of Benjamin. There's one to like 17. Like in Pokemon. There's one to like 17 or 18. There's 18 to 22, and then there's 22 to 29. 3 different
Congratulations,
stages.
You broke it down in the thirds.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, kind of like, yeah. Not even thirds, but thirds for sure.
Yeah.
Because like I don't remember anything prior to like when I was 18.
I think I can break my life up between like baby all the way to
Baby
like
is till-
15.
Okay.
And then 15 all the way up until like 18, and then 18 all the way up until like 22, 23. And then from that point onward, I think in like that point onward, and now I feel like it's longer again. You know what I mean? I feel like that like middle part, there were like each of those sections I just described was almost an entirely different person.
Yeah, that's
with
what
entirely
I'm saying.
different motivations in emotional maturity. And now I feel, I don't want to feel like I'm set because I feel like I'm always learning and evolving and everything, but like I feel as though I am the same motivated thing. Like I feel like the same entity as when I was 23.
Yeah.
You know
Sure.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think that was the case. I mean, it makes sense. That's when you grow up. Like I know that kind of sounds like duh, but I don't think I would break it up into thirds like that, I guess is my point.
Yeah, it's weird that it's sectioned. So like it's weird for me how mine is sectioned now that I think about it. Now that I think deeper about it. It's like school age, college age, adulthood is literally how mine is broken up. And I feel like three different people.
I only went to college for like 6 months.
Well, I mean, I went to college for like 4.5 years, but my head was never in it. It was just like that age group. But point is, bro, I am really, really happy to be me at 29 years old with my best buddy Zachary. Boom, bro fist, boom. And you know what I'm even happier about? That we have
Jane
content.
Remover's new album.
Shador Sanders' new album.
Shador Sanders has a new album. Oh, please put up on screen Shador Sanders' Perfect Timing.
Again?
Oh, did I tell you to do that in the last episode? Oh, did you actually pull it up? I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
I bust down my AP. Perfect Timing.
It actually is like a much better song than I was expecting.
So I actually think this is kind of interesting. I don't know what you said we were about to do, but I'm going to ignore it. And you can remind me again in a moment. Is there a little critter at your feet? Is there like a buddy hanging out with you? What's going on?
Figaro was on the bed.
Bed, yes, there was a little
and
buddy.
Now he's gone. Is he scared of me saying bro? Bro!
Okay, so to explain to you a little bit of football lore for a moment, right? Because I feel like it's important to understand why people treat the Sanders family this way.
Yes, and Odin Sanders, or whatever his name
father,
is.
Dion, right? He was like a freak athlete. When he came, he was one of the only, I think he is the only player, the only athlete ever to score a point in two separate sports in like the same day. So he played for the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Falcons at the same time, played both basketball and football. And it was like not Hall of Fame at baseball, but he was like a Hall of Fame level like NFL player who was known for, because like back then having a big personality wasn't like a thing. Like obviously there were personalities, but he was like what you'd consider like that superstar rock star life like now.
Yeah.
But he was doing it back when like athletes didn't do that. And they called him prime time, and he was a whole thing, right? Well, now he's a coach. And he's kind of responsible for transforming this college program around. So the University of Colorado Boulder was not a very good school. And then they gave him a shot to try coaching football. So he's coming out of not doing anything to try coaching football, right? And at the same time, his son, Shador, is a quarterback. So him and his son take over this organization and immediately kind of flip it around, and they're good, right? Some people would argue and dispute about how good, but the fact of the matter is they got good. The song Perfect Timing, his son decides to release, which is very in theme with the whole like, fuck you, I'm going to try to be a rock star lifestyle on top of all this.
Hell yeah.
I think it's kind of fun, but it is like objectively a bad. Can we agree? Like you listen to it.
I thought
it's not great.
No. So it's not, it's like Future good.
Oh, Future's. I genuinely enjoy Future. I think he's making music much better than Shador Sanders.
Oh yeah, I don't.
You would disagree with me there at that point.
I would say it's like mumble rap good.
Yeah, I mean, like it's the type. Okay,
it's catchy.
Let me rephrase this way. I think listening to Perfect Timing is fun, but it is the same quality as like You know that guy in like high school or college that would like send you his SoundCloud page?
I see what you're
That's like
saying. I do kind of
that's
agree,
like
though.
the level. That's like the level of quality of song that we're talking about
Yeah.
here, right? So, um, he's obviously trying to promote his song.
Yep.
And so Dion makes the stadium and the entire University of Colorado play Perfect Timing at every game on TV and everything like that. So it's kind of a meme.
Do you want to do a cover of Perfect Timing?
No. Does he say the N-word in Perfect Timing?
I'll do it if he does. I'll say it if he does.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I'll get a guy.
I'm sure I'm butchering that story a little bit to me, but like Perfect Timing is kind of like a meme.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's kind of why playing Perfect Timing is funny, is because it's this like genuinely very successful, but also kind of equally hated family forcing an entire school and TV broadcast to play his son's objectively not great SoundCloud rap song.
They wish that they had Max Headroom around then to cut off that broadcast.
If Max Headroom was the first coming of Shador Sanders.
That's what I'm trying to say. That is what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
But and to make that interesting too is he could be a superstar in the NFL. Like it could happen.
Yeah,
he's going right now. He's going to get drafted this month. And it's now I'm really getting into the shit you don't care about. But he's projected to go as high as number 2 overall, and he's also projected by some people to like not get drafted. So Zach, like he's all over the place.
We've talked about expanding,
maybe not get drafted, but you know what I mean. Pretty far down.
We've talked about.
I'll say that for you. I'm gonna say that because I'm gonna watch that later and go like, dumbass. Why did I say he wouldn't get drafted? Clearly, he would go somewhere.
We've talked about Ejaculated, right? Obviously.
Oh, your anime podcast.
The anime podcast. If you wanted to make like Bruised or something, and it was a football podcast with Brian, I'd be more than happy for you to go do that.
I legitimately thought, because like I think about making content all the time because I think I'm objectively good at it, despite this not being the most successful thing. I do it for my job, and I think the things that we set out to do, we do very well here. And I'm like, man, I just want a topic I care about. I feel like if I had a topic I cared about and would want to talk about all the time, I would probably do it very well. And I see a lot of these like sports YouTube channels. They all suck. Aside from like the Pat McAfee show, which is now like on network TV, so you can't even call that like a YouTube channel show anymore. 90% of all the sports talky shouty shows on YouTube are all like two. I say this.
Can you do a recreation of one?
That's Hot Takes. That's literally what I do with Hot Takes. Like my take on that type of show for this. Yeah, I told you that last time. It's why I sent you the theme song that I sent you. It's literally because I was okay. All right, hold on. Let me finish my original thought, then I'll get over to what you said for a moment. My original point was, if you go like, because I follow a lot of Washington Commander stuff because I'm such a big fan, right?
You are?
And just to just to shout out some creators in that space. You got Rio Robinson. You got Josh Taylor, football, right? But they're all just like some dudes in the bedroom with a camera. No, that's just the channel name. There's other people too. There's like a few people that I watch, but they're all just two people on Zoom with like very low quality webcams, which is hilarious. I make that criticism given what we're doing right now. But, I know that I could produce something much higher quality than that is the point.
Who do you want? Who'd your co-host be?
I have no fucking clue. But I do. I think I literally posted it in your buddy's Discord at one point that I should do a sports talk show host, just because I feel like I would talk about it nonstop, and I feel like I would do it at a higher level than most people. Yeah,
you should. Brian, I think unironically, if you could get Brian on a call, he would be such a good person to go back and forth with. Even Barney would be a good person to go back with.
Send him a message. Let's make it happen. I don't want to make another channel for it. I wouldn't want anything.
It would be the open shot or whatever.
I wouldn't want it on this channel.
Why not? You wouldn't want to make another channel? You wouldn't want it on this channel?
Because I feel like I would want to get it like really targeted. Who in their right mind wants to subscribe to an unironic, serious sports show and then get the other shit that we make? I think it's fine to do cross promotion. I feel like people would not want to subscribe to that. And frankly, if people did find this funny, what we're doing right now, or CNS funny, to get a bunch of unironic sports shows in your feed is not what I would be. Like, I think when it comes to marketing that type of content, honestly, part of the reason why this doesn't perform the way it does is because it's about nothing. You know what I mean? Like, you can't target it to anyone.
True.
I think it's funny once you get in, but if that's why you subscribe, and I'm sorry, you got a bunch of anime content or you got a bunch of sports content, people are not going to want to stick around. I think you'd lose a lot of subscribers very quickly.
I don't think that's. I mean, I think
I wouldn't subscribe to a channel.
Yeah, I wouldn't. But I use the sub box more than anybody I know uses the sub box. I feel like most people don't use the sub box.
I would be afraid of that. I wouldn't. I personally don't think it's a smart idea to set it up that way. I don't know if I want to get into a big discussion as to why. I'm not telling you no. I'm just saying I don't think that would be the smartest way to handle that.
I want the biggest variety of content in the world.
True, but I think even when you shoot a shotgun, you aim it in a direction.
And sometimes it hits something outside of that direction.
I guess my point is that it's like I've been in a lot of marketing calls with people. I don't know if you've had this life experience, but I've been on hundreds, if not thousands, of marketing calls with people. And a frequent phrase in marketing that I hear a lot: we want to be a sniper, not a shotgun. And what they mean by that is we want to get really targeted leads, and we don't want to just spend a bunch of money on a bunch of uninterested or unqualified leads, right? Or if you're trying to promote like content, right, you want to target that content to a very specific type of person that you're designing that content for. And so a lot of people will say, we're trying to be a sniper and not a shotgun, as an allegory to say, like, we got to really target people. And there are some instances where some people would say, oh, let's just get the widest net possible, right? The point that I'm trying to make is, even if you were trying to cast a very wide net, I would still point it in a direction at a certain group of people. I don't think the anime sports channel waxing grown men ASMR YouTube channel is going to do very well.
Name one person that doesn't like all those things.
Altogether or separately? You.
You know what?
Why would you? Also, you said you wouldn't subscribe to it.
I wouldn't subscribe to it.
You said you wouldn't subscribe to it. So why are you trying to convince me to make a YouTube channel you wouldn't want to watch?
What I'm saying is, I don't think most people use the subscription. Like they use recommended mostly. I use recommended mostly, honestly.
But it's not even about that. If YouTube sees, hey, this person watched your video, they watched it all the way through, they liked it, they commented, they interacted it with it, they're going to try to serve them another one of your videos. And if your content doesn't match and they don't watch it, that it's not going to work. Like, it's not going to, the algorithm isn't going to send you back to their content. And even if it did serve you like another sports talkie show and you subscribe to it, at some point it will start pushing you the other stuff and you're not going to watch it, and your average for everything is going to go down.
That's assuming that you have a bad title thumbnail combo. That's what I'm saying.
No, that's assuming that you continue uploading both types of content. Show me one YouTube channel that has content like that wide.
There are a bunch of conglomerate channels that do that. And you would just avoid the videos you don't want to watch. You're what I'm saying is your idea is definitely better than my idea, but I'm saying the wide net, as long as there is a, as long as
okay, let me put it this way: if I was to do a sports talkie show, right? If I was to do it unironically, like, and this is a serious attempt at me trying to target a group of people and for me to talk about things I want to talk about and like actually make it like a convincing show, I would not want it to be on this channel. But if I was trying to make fun of people and have it kind of be like a funny experience, right, that was kind of like in line with what we're doing here, then maybe it has a slot on this channel, right? Like, it's a kind of semi-ironic.
I guess it depends how serious you take it. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to think of another channel that has a wide variety of content, right? Can you list any examples?
I mean, the first one in my head was honestly Rooster Teeth, but
Rooster Teeth, but even that's all fucking gaming.
Well, it's all gaming and podcasts. Anime, they had the sports podcast.
But those are all. Do they really have a sports podcast?
Yes. They did.
Well, maybe there's a reason why I've never heard of it.
They also had, I mean, they had shit that fell off. I mean, they had that like a fucking amusement park show and shit. Like it.
Have they come back already? What's going on?
I haven't seen anything new since their whatever homecoming video. So.
Since their teaser,
yeah,
that's weird.
But yeah, you're right. I just like having.
I'm open to being wrong too. I don't. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's some numbers I'm just not seeing, or there's some examples that I'm just not seeing.
Here's my thought. If I were to do the anime thing, it would be ironic. Like, it would be, we love anime, but we're not seriously being like, this is the best medium ever. You know, we love it. We talk about things we like about it, and we'd probably shit on it as a whole, is the kind of my idea of what that would end up being. Obviously, I don't want this to be like, that's not going to be a weekly thing, but it would be this content just morphed into or spread into a topic of anime, which is not sounding like what you'd want to do. You'd want to take it more seriously and whatever, which makes.
But I also don't even like that idea when you say it to me. Like, I think I would roll my eyes every. I mean, you make your content. You know what I mean? I'm not telling you no. I want you to be creative and free. This is an open relationship you and I have. But I would roll my eyes every time I saw that upload. I would be a bad friend if I didn't admit that to you.
So you're saying, and I mean, channels do this as well for a reason. You're saying you'd prefer Regurgitated to continue to be about nothing, and then have side projects be on, I don't know, different channels or whatever.
If we both were interested in anime, right? And that was the type of audience we wanted to cultivate, I don't think I would have that big of a problem with it. Kind of the same reason why I'm okay with us doing like video game stuff sometimes, whether it's like the Suika Let's Play or the live stream, right? Like, that's something that I feel like kind of fits the type of person that would want to watch this. If we did that, and I'm going to say this, but I know the counter argument to it already. But if we did that plus like cooking content, you know what I mean? Which is funny because I know that's kind of what we're going to do. But you know what I mean? It's just two different people. Like, I get what you're saying. Like, you can click on one thing and not watch the other. But I think the YouTube algorithm, even if you're not sub-boxing it, I think it's going to recognize that, like, oh, your audience is only watching half your content. Or like, I would just personally would get annoyed. Like, I don't think I would ever subscribe, even though I don't use the sub box. I don't think I would subscribe to a channel if it had some content on it I liked, and then the other content was just like completely like not even in the wheelhouse of what it was. You're right. It shouldn't be about nothing. You know what I mean? Like,
that's
it
not what
should
I'm
be
saying.
more directed.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm happy. I'm fine with it being about nothing, but it shouldn't be consistently about nothing. Is what I'm saying.
But I feel like the idea of like what CNS was to fix that exact problem. Was the videos were about something.
Yeah, I mean, but they're not a niche, is what I guess what I'm trying to say.
Some of them are. But it's all still like in a consistent style.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just telling. Okay, David. Thank God you're here, so we could break up this conversation. No one wants to fucking listen to this, but I do want your opinion on it.
David, help.
Okay.
David, would you subscribe to a YouTube channel that did both anime breakdowns and sports talk shows?
Separately.
As long as they're done
on the same channel.
As long as they're done in the exact same style.
Oh dear Lord.
Like, I want sports commentary over the anime fight scene.
Oh, dude, Zach, this is such a good idea. David has an idea.
They call me the idea guy.
I have heard that before.
I have heard that before. David, am I going to see your wonderful face or no?
As soon as I find my webcam.
Deal.
Hey, we got a wheel of bits.
We got a wheel of bits. Wait, hold on. I want to keep up that conversation.
We don't have to spin it right now, but I do want to remind people, in case this is losing anyone, that there's going to be a wheel of bits.
I'm going to cap out this conversation by saying we will be making an NFL anime.
The NFL's done that. Have you seen the charge? I say this knowing you haven't seen it, but have you seen? Isn't it funny the way people talk? I know you haven't seen anything. I know there's no shot. There's like zero chance you've seen the thing that I'm going to bring up here. But my brain wants to say, have you seen?
I might have seen it.
The like Chargers anime schedule announcement videos.
You actually might have shown this to me.
Well, they essentially made the Los Angeles Chargers. They essentially make an anime to showcase their schedule every year. It's like unironically pretty good too. Like they got like real animators and everything.
Did you see the Lakers One Piece thing? I mean, obviously that's basketball, dude. They went crazy with the animation. I don't know what huh?
Bronny?
Bronny. I thought you were calling me a Brody again. I was getting upset.
No.
So, David, what happened here is that Zach, being a little bit abusive, was hating on.
I'm really not trying to be abusive. I'm just trying to speak my mind.
He's hating on my anime ideas.
Which ideas? The NFL one?
Well, okay, so here we had two separate ideas, and he's right. He is to drop the cap. He is correct. But I thought it would be cool to have every 6 months an anime podcast, maybe once every 6 months, and a sports podcast, just a little bit of variety. He's saying that we should treat, in his words, treat this like we want a sniper, not a shotgun. Meaning it would be marketed. We want people marketed to a specific type of person. I was using
that. I think playing a game of telephone with this right now. I said, even with a shotgun, you have to aim it in a direction, which is a reference to a common allegory you hear in marketing, which people say, oh, I want to be a sniper, not a shotgun, trying to say that like, oh, we want really, really, really targeted instead of casting a wide net of people. I'm saying, even if you're casting a wide net of people, you still need to like have a general audience. You know what I mean?
And I think he's right. I also think that if it's, and I guess capping out that conversation, if it was personality driven, it wouldn't matter.
True, but the thing about Rooster Teeth is people liked their personalities before they started to do all that shit.
That's true. We still don't have that. That is true. That's a good point. Right, David?
Yeah. To be honest, I only watched like 2 out of the 3,000 Rooster Teeth shows they made.
Yeah.
So I'm not the best.
One of them
maybe that proves your point, Ben.
One of them was Ruby. The other one was...
I'm tired of this.
Yeah, Zach's tired of this. We have to do the real bits.
This can't be the whole thing, is talking about Reddit and 4chan and making the possibility of an anime podcast. This can't be this.
Okay.
I won't stand for it.
Okay, let me...
I'm going to do a filibuster. I'm going to go for hours.
That's just crazy, by the way. The filibuster thing is crazy. I don't want to talk about it because I want to do the wheel bits. All right, wheel bits time now.
We will talk about it.
All right, well, wheel bits time. Everybody clap. 1, 2, 3. Now. I don't know why it's so small.
That's what she said.
All right, everybody. Hold on. 1, 2. All right, everybody. The wheel bits. The wheel bits.
There was a fourth one on here, but Ben decided to live far away, so it didn't work out.
Okay, so we got 2 bits that we did last podcast, which is the news and hot takes.
This, as a preface to these every one of these bits is way lazier than last week.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Just preface with it. It'll still be good. Just
that's totally fine. That's totally okay. Did you guys notice that I'm wearing different headphones today?
Did you notice I'm wearing different headphones today?
Well, yes. I guess from last podcast, yes, you are. David,
well, even more than last podcast. These are actually not the previous ones either.
These are the same ones.
Show me
that I'm wearing.
Compare it. Compare these side by side.
The other ones were white.
Yep.
What happened? They broke. Oh, they broke.
I can show you how they broke too.
Show me. Bring him here. Bring him here. David, you're growing a beard. It looks great on you.
Thank you.
I don't know if is it the light or is it actually a beard?
It actually is.
So I bought these 7 years ago, right?
Yes.
Or a long time ago, right?
Yep.
Look at how damaged it is on the inside of this thing.
Oh, you got a corrosive ears.
You can just straight up take off these earpieces.
Oh, good.
Which is not supposed to happen. It's supposed to be sew it in there and everything.
Gotcha. Okay. No, that's crappy. That's crappy, and I'm sorry that happened to you, Zachy. I call him Zachy when he's being cute.
Also, I don't understand how you're supposed to wash those things because they feel greasy. I put them on and I feel my head grease from over the years, but I'm not going to put it in the washing machine.
Yeah, you gotta get one of those. You know those like blue strips that you can like get the oil off your nose with. You just gotta do a circle on that. I don't know if that's true or not, but it sounds right.
I've never had to de-oil my nose.
Really?
In middle school, I put my keyboard in a dishwasher because I heard that works.
That doesn't work.
Oh, it does. Try it again.
No, it didn't work. It broke.
Yeah, no.
Ben, why are you watching sexy women in your bottom right-hand corner of your screen? Why are you watching that?
I wish I could, I had any After Effects knowledge because I would totally make that happen. But all right, we're going to spin the Wheel of Bits. The Wheel of Bits, everybody. This is week 2 of the Wheel of Bits. Zach made the Wheel of Bits, week 2 of the Wheel of Bits. All right, guys. Week 2 of the Wheel of Bits. Let's spin the Wheel of Bits. And... Bro! It's the news. It's the news. It's the news.
David, are you familiar with the news?
I want to say yes, but I feel like no.
It's essentially the great value version of Saturday Night Live's Weekend Update.
Okay.
Yep. It's great value, if not members mark.
Yeah.
What's members mark?
Oakland.
Yeah.
Or what is it?
Yeah,
Oakland, right? That's the
What?
Costco brand? Oakland?
Kirkland. Oakland.
Different place.
Yeah. All right. You guys, you want to know what's up?
Yeah, I kind of want to know what's up.
All right. So the U.S. has officially banned government personnel in China from having romantic or sexual relationships with Chinese citizens. Sources say it's a part of the broader State Department's initiative called "Don't Ask, Don't Tell, Shit, Don't Even Fucking Look."
Norm would have said that even better.
He probably would have. He undoubtedly.
Norm.
Police in Kansas arrested a man found under a child's bed after the child had reported a monster, which in fairness was a pretty damn good description of a man who hides under kids' beds.
Yeah, I was going to say, dude, that's kind of wild. I can fit under my bed now because there's a really high thing. But what's crazy about that story is that it's very hard for a full-size man to get under a bed. Was it not his dad? Who would he tell there's a monster under there, and who would come under there?
That's a great point, Ben. This past week, Senator Cory Booker just broke a U.S. Senate record with his filibuster speech going over 25 hours long.
Good job.
Which sounds like a lot until you meet someone who's really into Bitcoin. The alternate punchline for that it was too much of a bitch to say was just women.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair. Well,
I was just saying women.
I was on the train. Back to the Bitcoin comment. I was on the train, and there was a guy. He was exactly what you'd expect. He was like brown skinned. I don't know if he was Indian or what, but he was light brown skin.
It matters. It matters.
White brown skin.
Yeah, keep going. Make him darker. Why don't you?
No, well, he had like the swoosh hair. He had like nice clothes on. He had like a nice leather jacket, and he was yapping this dude who did not give a fuck at all about crypto on the train. It was so enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, I was really trying to think for that. Well, I mean, we got to explain the joke. You know, in Saturday Night Update, David, where in the middle, Colin Jost goes, "Oh, that joke didn't go so well. So let me talk about it and really explain what I was thinking."
That's me.
When I wrote the joke, do you remember? You know when they do that?
Like every comedian does, yeah.
Yeah. So I was really thinking about that one, and I was like, man, what's something people won't shut up about? Thought vaping for a moment. I settled on Bitcoin, and it was just kind of And then I thought about I debated doing. Senator Cory Booker just broke a U.S. Senate record with his filibuster speech going over 25 hours long, which sounds like a lot until you talk to a woman or something. You know what I mean? Or
Just talk to any woman.
Well, I was going to say it's surprised he wasn't a woman or something. I don't know.
They'll talk your ear off, these women. These women. This is what Norm would say. They talk your ear off, these women. They would talk. No, that's actually. That's what Wild would say.
What are you talking about? That's not what Norm sounds like at all.
They talk your ear off. these women. That's what actually when you said Norm Macdonald, I thought you were saying Wild Wings, brother.
Yeah, of course. Who wouldn't get those two confused?
Wait, now that I did that voice, I'm thinking like
you're spending so much time on this one joke. The tariffs. Oh, I should have talked about the tariffs.
You want to talk about the tariffs? I have a joke for the fucking tariffs.
No, hold on. Well, let me finish. Let me get through this, and then we throw in your joke. You got a good joke. You can round out this.
Okay,
all right?
Good.
There's guys, get this. A Las Vegas teen was accused of murder. Kept a pros and cons list about becoming a serial killer. Prosecutor said that. The cons, life in prison, and the pros, watching the life drain out of another man's eyes.
Oh, it's gonna get killed.
Listen, David hasn't even like let air blow out of his nose, not even once.
Dude,
okay.
When he said pros and cons, I thought you were talking about pro controllers and Joy-Cons. Go ahead.
Oh, Ben, you're gonna really enjoy this next joke. It's very current. This next joke.
Okay. The Nintendo Switch 2.
May as well be. Democrats win in Wisconsin court race despite Elon Musk's attempts to give voters cash prizes ranging between $20 and $1 million. Sources say this is the second biggest waste of Elon's money. The first, Fallout 76 Power Armor Edition.
How much is that? Like $100?
Is the joke? Yeah, it was the whole nylon bag fiasco.
Nope.
You thought I was gonna say Twitter? No, it's the.
Yeah, I was expecting
we
Twitter.
weren't getting that political. They were going. That was this. That was the subversion of expectations. You thought the whole time I was going to say Twitter.
You know what?
It turns out I'm kind of nettled by Fallout 76 Power Armor.
You know what Norm Macdonald would say in this situation? He'd be like, "It's too expensive.
Guys.
It's too expensive."
Why is that your Norm voice? You've never heard Norm once.
He'd be like, "It's too much money. You can't
Who's
buy
this
it."
guy?
That's Norm Macdonald. Talking about.
Death. Get this, guys. This is great. Death appears to be reversible with proper treatment, NYU professor says, which is great news for those who want to sample your 72 virgins.
Hold on.
See,
well, here's the thing: is that you go to the heaven that you believe in, right?
No,
so Norm would be like, "My 72." Sorry, go ahead. What?
The joke of this is that Muslims were right.
Yes.
Yeah. And I don't even think that's correct either. I don't even think that's in the Quran.
You don't think the Muslims are right? Or okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Here's the last one. This is actually a good joke, so let me sit up for this one.
Okay. Oh, okay. Lock in.
In Portland, Oregon, a man named Alex Van Dunn discovered someone had been leaving gallon-sized bottles of urine in his recycling bin. Once reported, even the police were furious. As we all know, urine goes in the compost.
You know what Norm Macdonald would say to that? He'd be like, "What are you talking about?"
I love Norm. I love Norm so much.
There's a video of Norm that I love a lot. It's when he was at like the airport, and then there was a guy that walked up to him.
He asked him about 9/11.
Yeah, and it's like, "Remember what happened?" And Norm just giggles or whatever it was. It's so funny. Yeah, he's so good. He goes,
Norm Macdonald. I have his book over there.
Yeah, you do. You bought that. You showed it on the podcast.
Obviously, this is a little bit of a ripoff. I mean, it's just straight as a ripoff of that. And I'm not even trying to claim it's anywhere near as funny, but I do like it is forcing me to write jokes, and I do. If I could even live in a millionth little fraction of that man's shadow.
Here, you want to know my joke?
Do a joke.
What could be worse? We got $500 consoles, $80 to $90 games, $90, $80 controller, $50 camera. What could be worse? $25 over the fucking tariffs because of Trump. Is that funny?
That's your joke?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a joke?
Yeah, that's my joke. It's
David,
funny,
what did you
right?
think of that joke?
It's funny,
David,
right?
David, what was your favorite joke of the night?
Was it that one? Please do.
I like all the Norm Macdonald bits because the impersonation's really good.
It was really good, right?
I feel like I'm talking to
the 72 virgins. That's how he says it. The 72. I don't know. It's just crazy. I just thought of that on top of my head. It was sick. Bro! You You know that video, David?
Yeah, the Norm Macdonald one with the 72. Fallout 72.
Fallout 76 virgins.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about. Do you see the Jaden Daniels one where he's like
yeah, when he goes up to he goes up to Norm Macdonald and says,
Jaden Smith is what I meant to say. The Jaden Smith video where he goes, you just forget it. The next bit.
This is like a dream I would have. Is like you go up to Norm Macdonald and ask him about Jaden Daniels. That's like what my brain would come up with. Like
you'd be like, "What do you want, Jaden? Did you make this song?"
That this is a bit. I get that this is a bit. This voice you're doing, but I'm genuinely curious where you're getting inspiration for this voice.
Well, look on the screen. Look on the screen. 72.
Yeah, 72.
Oh, you missed it.
Oh, it's gone now, but it was
the
there.
ad was doing a bit.
Yeah. Jaden Daniels, what are you doing?
Oh, David, hi.
Hi.
Hey, David.
Hello.
I just wanted, because I am narcissistic, I wanted some level of appreciation and validation for my Norm Macdonald impression, and I appreciate that you gave that to me. Yeah, for sure. But I do want to move on to the next bit, because I'm over talking in that voice. I don't know how Ethan did that voice for like an hour.
This bit, in my mind, this wheel would be spread out over the course of an episode. I do like how you're just going to just spam it and get it over with.
Well, we talked about Norm Macdonald.
Yep.
Well, we had an hour of conversation before this, and you want to get out of here in a half an hour. So I'm like, let's just beat this shit. Let me beat my shit.
Not in half an hour. What are you talking about? It's not even 8 yet.
What are you capping about?
I said earlier, like, hey, there's a chance I might need to get out of here before 9:30, and it's still an hour and a half left.
Daylight savings time.
We might not even get to that point. It can naturally end. I was just saying, hey, I probably don't want to go beyond this point, which is still an hour and a half away.
I forgot about daylight savings time, and I'm sorry. I was rushing the bits because I forgot about daylight savings time, which happened.
I don't know. Maybe Norm would hate my fucking guts, but I do want to take a moment to just say that I do just want to say how much I truly. It's like I don't feel bad about like celebrity deaths a whole lot. He is a guy that I like truly like miss.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? About once every year, it's either once every year or once every other year. I lose about 2 months of my life just watching through every single Norm Macdonald video that's ever been. And it's just, I've seen them all already. I've read through his book twice. I've consumed every little bit about Norm Macdonald there is to possibly consume about him several times over. And I still just continue to repeat myself. It's insane.
2 months of Norm Macdonald was like one joke.
Yeah, because he takes his time.
Yeah.
No, I like Norm Macdonald too. He's dead. He died of cancer. This is really sad.
All my heroes are dead, and it feels like something that you should be sad about. But I'm actually happy, kind of like a kid outliving their parent.
So you can be your own hero.
No, it's not even that deep. I just, I'm happy I get to consume all their shit in full. I don't have to watch a Kanye arc with Norm Macdonald.
Ooh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, there's no time for like the post season or like the post.
Or even if that would have, if that wouldn't have happened, it's like there's never going to be like a, like imagine if I died before him and I just never got to hear some of the stuff that I love so much,
Yeah,
the 9/11, which isn't even a joke. Some guy just approached him in an airport.
Right. 9/11 joke.
Well, now I copy him in a way shittier version on YouTube.
Well, that's fine. You're a spiritual successor, and they're not always great.
No, please, no,
Okay.
no.
Zach self-proclaimed Norm Macdonald spiritual successor.
Yeah.
But
let's pray. Let's
have a moment of silence for Norm. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being here. The person that I wish didn't die was the Queen of England.
Really, who is someone? Actually, real talk, Ben. Who is someone that you like miss? It's like a celebrity death, or someone that you, or someone that like you wish you would have been around. Someone whose like work an artist or someone that made media that's impacted your life very greatly that is no longer around that you find yourself fixating on, you know?
The SpongeBob guy, but he didn't impact my life that much.
Steven Hilberger or
Yeah,
whatever.
Hilberger. Yeah, Steven Hilberger is the one that because it wasn't that he impacted my life, but he moved that such a good medium forward in so many ways, I think.
I like SpongeBob, and I would agree with you. However, I do find it funny that my answer is Norm Macdonald and your answer is SpongeBob. I don't know what that says about either of us, but you know.
But if we're talking like, you know,
it doesn't have to be serious. SpongeBob is a fine answer, by the way. I just find it funny that those are the two people right now.
I mean, mine would also be Norm Macdonald, I guess. I mean,
are you really into Norm Macdonald? Are you?
Yeah, I haven't read his fucking book, but yeah, I like.
Yeah, name 3 of his songs, Poser.
I'll have he had the 72 Virgin song, he had the Fallout 76 Power Armor song, and he had what was the other joke that I made about him? I hate Zach. Those 3 songs, but I do. Also,
he has a. If you read through Norm Macdonald's book, you're familiar with the moth joke, right? You just said the long shit. I'm sure you've heard his moth joke, right?
Yes.
So in the book, he starts doing the moth joke at one point, which the book is like supposed to be an autobiography, but you quickly realize 70% of the shit in there is made up. Like you'll be reading through like a really real story he went through, and then he'll fictionalize it to a point where he's not even trying to fake passing it off as like it's him writing a bit about himself, right? So at one point he just starts doing the moth bit, not setting it up as like, oh, here's a joke, by the way, and it's the moth bit. Like it just happens naturally in the book. And you start reading it. And as someone that's consumed a lot of Norm stuff before, I recognize that's happening very quickly. And I'm like, okay, I get to read through the moth joke here. Cool. It goes on for like pages. It's like way longer in the book. Like he makes it like, it's like, it's not a whole chapter or anything, but it goes on like significantly longer than when he did it on Conan. Mm-hmm. It's, I was shocked that that to see a lengthened version of that joke, you know?
Yeah. His delivery is just so good, regardless of how, you know, that's the whole thing about him is that it's just how he speaks is just a dub. It's just how he speaks.
Have you seen his stand-up like at like club? You watch like those videos where it's like him doing stand-up at a club and it's like some guy recording him.
Yeah.
Not like an actual special. So if you watch any of those, and there's a ton of them online, like 80% of them start off with the crowd like not being on his side. Like most and it's Norm fucking Macdonald, like one of the greatest comedians that have ever lived.
Right.
And he's starting every single show bombing. He's just left. Can you hear me, Ben?
He's doing his Norm Macdonald bit.
Okay, I mean that is pretty funny. Sure. He was just hoping that I would talk the whole time. Is that what this is? He was like, yeah, we're gonna. He'll be done talking by the time I get back.
I realized the cat was really trying to get out of the room, and I was like, okay, he'll continue talking to David at least. I can go over there.
Okay. I'll make the point really quick because I've made a meal out of this whole thing already. But he'll start every set like just straight bombing, and then by the end of it, the crowd's on his side. But I find it really funny that he chooses a difficult path to comedy. Now he's a legend at it. Like he's amazing at it. So like he can pull that off. I don't know if I have the fucking wherewithal to do that, but I do find it interesting that he makes comedy like hard on himself, like on purpose.
Yeah. Well, it's an absolutely massive skill. Like one of the biggest parts of comedy in general is controlling your audience. And I don't mean that.
Yeah, tell that to Chris D'Elia.
Yeah. I guess that was probably a bad way to
Cosby.
say that.
Yeah.
But just like keeping the audience engaged, even regardless of the means to it, is just such an important piece of it. He did what I did to him, and maybe I deserved it.
I just realized my phone's low, and I need to go out after this. So
okay,
plugged it in.
But yeah, it's just such a strong thing, and I don't have that ability. That's the reason I've been screaming,
Compare that to the video of my stand-up set where I'm like, you want to know?
Yeah, you want to be like,
I don't have kids.
You want to be like, hey, everybody. You want to be very engaging. You want to be TikTok brain. TikTok brain, it's a thing, dude. But I want to move on to the next bit now, please. I want to move on to the next bit now. Okay. I love you guys.
David joined and has said like 2 words.
I know.
I'm just watching. I'm just in the live audience.
Yeah,
he's just.
I'm controlling him actually right now. He's very controlled.
David, we're gonna do an episode. I actually got Ben to agree to this. One of these episodes coming up, we're gonna wear the vibrator, like the remote control vibrators, and we're gonna give you the remote to both of ours.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Depending on what happens, you can turn it on for either of us. Okay.
Yeah, the podcast name is gonna be "We Tried." We
ejaculated.
We tried.
It's anime trivia, and the loser gets vibrated. And it's just a sadistic way for me to come on camera.
We tried podcasting with vibrators in our pussy is going to be the name of I think the title of the podcast.
Really pushing your limits with YouTube fucking support.
I'm over them, dude. I'm over them.
2 strikes already.
Dude, thoughts on this, Zach?
Thoughts?
Scorched fucking earth. We're going to keep pushing the boundary until we're gone, and that's the end of the podcast. And it'll be like Unis Honest, how they did videos for like a year, and then they just deleted their channel, but we'll make it YouTube's problem, delete our channel. Genius!
It would probably make it easier for me to get a job if we just did something so horrible.
That's right.
All this
That's
shit
right.
went away.
That's right. I'm actually super excited about doing that. But we're gonna spin the wheel again. Clap, everybody. Clap. Clap, 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 clap.
Do you have somewhere
to
be? Why are you Russian?
I am fucking French Canadian. You're an idiot, dude. Zach eats an entire bag of marginalized people. What is this? Marshmallows.
Zaku wa mashumaru otaberu.
Oh, okay. That's not that big of a bag, and you're gonna get a tummy ache, and you look dumb. This is the bit. Now,
I get it.
Now here, this is good. We're gonna move on to the next bit. Hot takes, Zach.
No,
all right.
No.
What do you mean?
How much marshmallows cost?
Yeah. What
like
brand are those?
These are the Great Value. This is the Signature Select. It's the Safeway version.
Signature Select marshmallows. And they're not even like jet puffed.
Like 50 cents more.
What? What did you say?
Like 50 cents more.
They're like 50 cents more. I got it.
What if you do that bit, but you pull out a bag that's like this big and you eat the entire bag and it's like 2 marshmallows?
Yeah, that's what I was. That's
subvert expectations.
That's definitely the direction I thought he was going. Zach, give me your opinion on my on DEI.
My comp. Oh
no, you got it. Nope, with your mouth full.
DEI.
More in. Stuff more in.
People this white, there's a marshmallow. I got God.
He thinks they're God, is what he said. That's crazy. Okay, keep going. Talk about it. What does DEI stand for?
I can't do this, guys.
I can't date this guy? That's crazy. Why would he say that? What does DEI stand for? Just tell me.
Liberty and justice for y'all.
Yeah, for only y'all. For me and you, David. It's just us.
Yeah, sorry,
you
everyone
all.
else.
Yeah, sorry, everyone else. No liberty and justice for you pussies. So how do you feel?
This is going to be like 2,000 calories.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you feel already?
Terrible.
Yeah.
So, can I run you through what happened today before the bed?
Sure.
Actually, this is hilarious.
I'm already laughing.
So I was thinking about bits to do, right?
Right, as you do.
I thought, wouldn't it be funny if it just landed on that? And I just went.
And then you soon realized.
So I go to Safeway this morning before I go to work to buy a thing of marshmallows. I was expecting there to be like these size marshmallow bags, and then like a medium one, right? Where like I could maybe like kind of be able to accomplish it.
Yeah.
There was just these fucking gigantic bags. I know it doesn't seem that gigantic in the camera, but like this is a lot of marshmallow.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll buy it and maybe I'll push myself. Well, for lunch today, I decided to try the new Popeyes pickle menu.
Oh, really? Brian did that today too. He liked it a lot.
I hated it.
You don't like pickles?
I love pickles. They're one of my favorite foods. The fried pickles were good. The pickle seasoning they put on everything just tastes like a ranch dip.
Oh, there's your problem.
And that's what I hate. Like, it just kind of tastes like I'm eating like a chip dip the whole time. And it made me want to throw up.
Yeah.
And it was cold. So I ate a bunch of food. I tried the pickle menu. And then I get back and my boss got me Cinnabon and it was on my desk. So I ate Cinnabon and then I drove home and now I'm forced to eat
an entire large bag of...
a bag that I wasn't even intending to get a bag this large of marshmallows.
Yep.
And it literally is going to be about 2,000 calories if I wanted to eat this whole thing.
Yeah.
And I already feel sick from everything I ate earlier today. And I got to go out drinking. So I'm going to scrap this bit. This was a bad idea. This show is a bad idea. This whole thing's bad.
Yeah, it's true. That's actually... Is that your first hot take? Because everybody else would disagree. Everybody likes this podcast. Right, David?
Yeah.
I love it.
He's probably...
David, you're going to like hot takes.
David's the type of guy who doesn't, who like Sean, who doesn't watch, he just participates.
I experience.
Experiences.
I need water.
What's
David, you're going to like these hot takes.
What's interesting to me though, hold on. What's interesting to me though, is that Alexis, when I edit a video and show it to Alexis, she's like, I don't have to rewatch this. I was there. And I'm like, that's so interesting to me. Because I want to rewatch it because I'm there.
I'm the star.
I want to watch it because you're the star.
What tier episode is this? This isn't an S tier episode. What tier episode is this?
Is it higher than S? Don't laugh.
Come over here, buddy, and find out.
Okay. Is that your formal invite finally?
Why won't you suck on this dick and little ball?
No, I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, that's just made S. All right. What's your hot take? Wait, 3, 2, 1.
Spin it.
Hot takes. Wait,
Spin it. I don't get to do it.
We don't know if it's going to land on that.
Oh, if it lands on the marshmallows, you got to eat more marshmallows?
This second one. Ooh.
Oh, God.
That's 4,000.
Damn. What happens if I hide choice? All right, wait. Let's see if it hits it again. No, it's hot takes. Sorry, go ahead. Hot takes.
I really want to just have it keep landing on marshmallow.
I was really hoping, but I'm like, there's no way.
Hot takes.
Okay, everybody. I just finished eating an entire bag of marshmallows. Can you believe that?
I can believe
We
that.
got hot takes!
Hot takes.
One of the hottest takes on the internet.
That's right.
Them.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is going to make me shit my fucking pants. I feel it brewing already.
$80
Putting these
is
marshmallows.
perfect amount for a video game. No, it's not. Go ahead.
That was probably a tariff hot takes episode. Probably would have done well.
Tariffs.
But no. No. We're not talking about tariffs.
No tariffs today.
For context, David, this show is my take on the sports talkie shows. I watch a whole bunch of them. I see how it's formatted, and I said, hey, that's how you make a show about nothing, about something. So, gosh dang it. If we aren't doing hot takes about driving.
Driving hot takes. Okay. Hell yeah. Okay. So
Something
their entire
everyone
audience
can relate to. And what you talk about with your coworkers all the time. That's what we're talking.
like water cooler conversations. You have any ups or downs about water coolers?
It's not water cooler hot takes.
Oh, sorry. You're right. I'm sorry. You're right. Go ahead.
The first one's not even really a hot take. I feel like this was something to just get out of the way. Everyone thinks this is we should ban those LED lights, those bright LED lights.
Which ones?
That's not where I thought you were going with that, but I agree.
Which ones are you
we
talking
should
about?
ban these Mexicans from the country? Is that what you were
No,
thinking, David?
No, I thought we were talking about driving. I just thought
Ban
Yeah.
what?
like the really bright LED lights.
Yeah, that's what he's thinking too. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. You want to talk about the ones under the car, or the ones that are like
No,
the high
like
beams?
you're driving and then the guy behind you has like the incredibly bright LED lights and you can't even see.
Yeah, and then they have the fucking brights
The
on
guy
for
in front of you.
I keep
No,
calling.
they're not brights. That's the thing. They're brighter than brights, but they're the normal headlights. They just bought the LED lights.
Oh yeah. Fuck those guys. Shoot them. Or ban them.
Be
Ban
real.
them.
This is
Ban them.
Talk about your opinion. This is a free form
Okay.
opinion.
I have not experienced this, but I'm going to pretend as if I have. I'm so annoyed by them. I'm so annoyed by them.
Just say you haven't seen it.
I don't drive at night.
You're from home, don't you? Yeah, so you've never had to deal with
No,
those bright lights.
I never drive while it's dark out. So I'm sure I've dealt with it before and just haven't made note of it. But what it does piss me off, which is probably similar, is when the person behind me is riding my ass with their high beams on, and I can't fucking see. And Alexis told me something, and I did not know this. I have a little glasses holder. It holds glasses, and it has a little reflective thing on it. It's to shine the light back in their eyes. And I was like, that's fire.
There's that little reflective thing, so I thought it was to get a wider field of view.
Maybe, but whenever she does that, the person goes around me and flaunts their weaponry.
David, you think we should ban those bright LED lights or no?
I think we should. I think anyone who uses them should not use them.
Yeah, I don't think they should use them either when they're using them.
Yeah.
I had a guy try to upsell me on those one time. I had a headlight go out, and I went to AutoZone to buy a new headlight, and I was going to replace it. And I just wanted a headlight, and he was trying to sell me. He was like, "Oh, it's like $17 for the crazy bright ones." And I was like, "No, thank you." And he's like, "Sure, bro, they're only like $17. Like, you can see everything with these." And I was like, "No, I don't want to be that guy." So I denied it.
Good.
You can see everything with normal headlights until someone's behind you with those headlights.
Exactly
or in
right.
front of
Yeah.
you.
Exactly right. Yep.
All right. Now the next one's a real hot take. This ought to ruffle some feathers. All right. Sitting in traffic can sometimes be relaxing.
Well, that's why Sean would jerk his dick, so I'm guessing that he's probably on
Would he
the...
do it in traffic?
I don't know, but I like to think that that's where he'd do it.
Okay.
But I love sitting in traffic, especially on like long road trips. It does extend when you're going to get there till later, but it's
yeah,
just
I don't
like
know about long road trips. I don't think I want to be on the road longer.
well, but if
guess.
you're going from 70 miles per hour going through fucking Pennsylvania, and then you get like just like hit a little bit of like 30 minutes worth of like dead stop traffic. It's just like okay, it's kind of I'm okay with that.
No. I just think sometimes you get in traffic and I'm like, why I oughta.
Yeah,
I
it's
never
always
feel
one or
that
the
way.
other.
And then sometimes I get in
just stick to
traffic
mine.
and I'm like, do.
I never have
No,
the why I
it's
oughta. Traffic doesn't bother me at all.
No, so this is a cold take for you. David, do you like sitting in traffic?
It depends. Sometimes I'll get mad and then I'll come up with some way to not be mad about it.
He'll be like,
Like,
look at that.
like
look
now
at-
I can open up TikTok or like. grab a beer or
TikTok
something.
is crazy.
You know?
I'll go. What kind of traffic are you guys getting into? Mine's usually kind of like stop, start, stop.
Yeah.
Like I don't have time to like scroll on TikTok. I
No,
just listen to some music or put on a YouTube video.
never-
Maybe.
I've never opened TikTok. Last time I was in a long road trip a few weeks ago from Texas here, there was some audiobook I was listening to, but it was on YouTube and the volume was crazy low, so I had to turn the fucking thing all the way up. And as soon as I get loud enough to hear him, he coughed so loud into the fucking microphone. I was like, I'm done with the audiobook. I made it
yeah,
4
no.
cents in.
Yeah, no. When I get into those situations, I turn on really loud pop music. Like I'll listen to Red Wine Supernova by Chaperone,
That's a good song.
and I'll just like you know how you know in GTA when you're dancing in the car and you kind of go like this. You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about? I do that in real life.
I'm a little upset David didn't join us. Are you happy that you clicked on this video?
Yes.
This person says, I don't know why I said this person says, like I didn't write all of these. I all of a sudden am making up fictional people that are writing in. looking at accident. This is how I wrote it. Looking at accident is normal, and we should get more time to see what happens.
Yeah, all those things they put up like on the trucks that have like the arrows to say like get ready to merge. They should replace that with a live feed of
the accident
of the scene.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to stop and look.
Yeah.
Well, rubbernecking leads to a lot of accidents, doesn't it?
What did you just call me?
A rubberneck.
What the hell?
It's when you like go like that. You're like rubbernecking the accident, where you're like looking over your shoulder.
I don't use cutesy terms for it, but I know
That's probably a New England term.
It might be New England. I learned it when I was in the second grade.
It's funny. We got a New England term coming up here too.
Roundabout.
That I use. But no, that's not a
Rotary.
New England term. It's not. Yeah, that's what I. Yeah. But not this one. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves. We have something more to say about that.
So yes, and it's really cool when there's traffic and then it's just like a car on its side at the side of the road. I'm sure that like ruins someone's life, but it's like kind of like kind of cool to some degree.
Yeah, I like how every now and then you see a car accident where a car is like eviscerated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like usually you see these car accidents and it's what you'd expect, but every now and then you get just like kind of like a foot high of like soot.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like it got zapped by some kind of like ray.
Yeah, like Zeus himself just shot down at this fucking car. Smitten ass car. Smitten with smited. It was smitten.
Smite 2.
All right.
Smite 2.
This one's kind of bitchy. Maybe it makes me sound weak, but even though most people deserve to be honked at, you should really seldom honk at people.
Honks, and I've changed my mind.
I don't
on
really
this.
honk. I'm not a honker.
I don't honk. Everybody in New Jersey is horn happy as fuck. Very horny.
Everyone's horny. Yeah.
Yep. But what my mind has changed on this because I would never honk. I only honk when someone is in need of attention
at an accident.
No.
I pull up the accidents and I start honking because they need help.
You can't park there. You can't park there.
You're in trouble.
No, I honk when someone is in need of attention. So if someone is doing something that is stupid and they know they're doing it stupid, I'm not going to honk at them because they know they're doing something stupid. But if someone doesn't realize that they're doing something stupid, that's when you honk at them.
I flip people off way more than I honk at people.
You told me about this before, and it's not. You said that there's no reason. Because you said I
had a problem for a moment.
Yeah, some guy just like got in front of you and you flicked them off, but it wasn't like rude. It was just like the most normal merge ever. And you were just like, "Hey!"
I mean, like he got in front of me, and I didn't like that he got in front of me, but it wasn't like he did anything wrong. He just got in front of me, and I just flipped him off. And I was like, "Why am I doing this?"
Yeah,
there was a brief moment where I got addicted to flipping people off.
David, are you horny?
Only if someone's about to actually hit me, like directly. Because there was only one time I did there was a left turn arrow, and the dude wasn't going. And I was like, I waited 2 or 3 seconds because I want to be a dickhead. Then I honked, and then I see it from the side. There's like a blind guy crossing very slowly on the crosswalk. And I was like, oh, I'm just a dickhead.
Oh, damn it! No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
To be fair, he didn't have the right of way, so I don't know why.
Yeah,
I honk at people when they like don't see the light's been green and it's been a while.
Dude, I love the TikTok videos where it's as soon as the light turns green, people are laying on the horns the millisecond that it turns green.
Yeah.
Light's green, buddy! I love that shit so much.
All right. Here we go. Rotaries are more stressful than normal intersections.
No.
I don't care if it's less efficient. I'd rather have the light tell me when to go.
I agree.
Than trust myself to know like if this guy's going to turn or if he's going to speed up or what.
You always hear these like research reports about how like the rotaries are more safer than like a normal intersection. How it prevents accidents and everything. I can't stand. I mean, I stress out so much trying to figure out how to weasel my way into them, and then you got to like whip the car around. There's a place up in Arizona. Have you ever been up to like Cottonwood, like that area? Like
no, for this stuff I was like Flagstaff.
Like it's like the Prescott area.
I might have driven once.
Have you ever driven up to Sedona?
Yeah.
Did you take the highway all the way, or did you go through? Because you either take at one point you have to get off, but there's 2 ways to go up to Sedona: either the highway all the way, or you go through Cottonwoods another way.
Yeah, I did the highway.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you take the highway most of the way anyways. I don't fucking know. Anyways, there's a place by Cottonwood where there's like 20 rotaries, like one after another, and it's very frustrating. You're like constantly like going around. It's like a whole city essentially just designed like, what if we had no normal intersections and just the roundabouts?
I definitely prefer intersections. I've never hit a roundabout or rotary that is too busy and stressful. I've never hit one of those things that. Yeah. I've used a lot of them.
That was pretty non-contentious. Now here's one that ought to get some people hotter than a
holiday ham.
Or as Norm Macdonald would say. Norm Macdonald once said, "Hotter than a $2 pistol."
Okay.
School buses should not have stop signs attached to them.
That's crazy.
That's a crazy.
That is crazy.
This isn't even like a debate show. You're a bad person.
That is wild.
It was like not even attention.
That is wild.
Why not?
There are kids on that bus.
Yeah, but why do we need to all be stopping?
So you don't hit the kids that are coming off the bus or getting on the bus.
But you couldn't see a kid? Like, I've never once been driving near a school bus and had a kid run around.
So if you were able to pass a school bus and there was a kid, say, going behind or in front of the bus, you would absolutely hit that fucking kid.
But why would a kid be going around that way?
They have to go behind or in front of the bus.
Yeah, but I'm coming up from behind. There's a school bus in front of me, right? Right. Pull off on the right-hand curve because we're driving on the same side of the road, right? And what scenario would the kid would be having to come from around the sidewalk into the street?
He was crossing the street.
But then I would see him.
Well,
not if he's going in.
At that point, just don't hit people crossing the street. There's nothing blocking your view of the kid.
That's the reason they have a stop sign, so you don't. That's the whole reason.
But you're saying if a person was walking across the street, you would just hit them?
No.
Well, they're supposed to go.
There are kids, and they run. They don't give a fuck about traffic, and they run across the street. If you're going 35 miles per hour, you're killing that kid.
But so the stop sign's making you not drive 35 miles per hour? I don't understand. Yes, like, if there's a kid that's the whole thing. Well, a kid should stop the car too. If you see a kid, you should just stop the car.
Not.
But you might not see the thing. You're always going to stop at a stop sign. You're not going to stop at a kid sign.
Oh, I run those bitches all the time,
He's
buddy.
fucking paying for those motherfuckers.
Bowling. Well, I'm happy we got an actual hot take in there. I don't
Do you actually feel that way?
I might be reaching a little bit with that one, but I do also think we'd probably get by without him.
I've seen too many videos of children getting annihilated by cars on Roblox.
All right. Well, I'm happy we got that addition in there. This one's kind of a bitch one again too. Is his most speed limits are too slow?
Nope.
That's fine. Everyone goes like 5 over.
Yeah. So when I'm doing Pennsylvania, 70 miles per hour is the top. And there's when I go to Connecticut, it's 6+ hours of Pennsylvania that I got to drive through.
Oh, yeah. I also forget East Coast driving is a lot different. You know, if I go back to like Virginia, those cops they'll put you in jail.
My brother, he was driving he used to live in Louisiana. He moved to Connecticut. And in Virginia, he was just passing somebody. And I guess he ended up going.
Virginia cops are the most aggressive about like traffic.
He ended up going like 20 over the speed limit just to pass somebody. For seconds, he was going 90. And they got him. They nabbed him right there. 90
is a lot for that area.
It is a lot. It is definitely a lot. But
to be fair, I've driven out in Arizona. David, I'm sure you... David. People in Arizona drive over 100 miles per hour regularly.
Yeah, if you're on I-10...
Yes.
And they're more considered... They're better drivers, too, because if you're on I-10... You just know that there's going to be people going 100, so everyone is in the right lane. Like no one's fucking.
When I drive to like Los Angeles or Las Vegas, when I'm like in the open desert, oh buddy, I'll go over 100.
I've never gone over 100. I've gone to 86, and then I'm like, hold on, hold the phone.
It's I'm not doing that like the whole trip, right? It's like areas where I know like there's going to be
sometimes it's a straightaway, and it's like just desert, you know.
Yeah.
If there's a kid running across the street, Zach. What are you going to do then?
That's like, yeah, well, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you go to the fucking middle of nowhere high. But I'm not even suggesting that they go up near 90. I'm just saying like 5-10 over. Like how many times are you driving down the street and it says like 35 miles per hour and it's like I could easily be going fucking 45 here and it'd be fine.
Yeah, I've done like 80 and a 35 before next was school.
What the? Oh yeah.
No, I definitely when it's the set 6 hours of Pennsylvania, I definitely am going 10 to 15 over or 10 over at all times.
All right,
I don't think it's too slow though, because like most interstate highways are not like that retarded. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
So you can go 65 on a 65 with no problem.
Again, I also have to keep in mind your context too, because when I travel back out east, not to harp on this too much, because they're like, oh, East Coast versus West Coast, this guy fucking blah blah blah. But like they take that shit more seriously, and the roads are designed much differently. Back out east, I am much more careful with driving when I'm not out west.
Okay.
I don't know if you can if you could attest to that, David, at all or not, but that's my experience.
Even the actual speed limits on I-10, there's parts where it's like 80, 85.
Yeah, there's parts
like
where
limit.
I'm not suggesting highways increase their speed limit. I'm just saying like, and not in like the suburbs either. I'm just saying like so many times I'm driving down like just a normal road. It's like not many people around, and I'm just like, why am I going this slow? Like I could just easily.
One time I hung out with a friend from high school that I hadn't hung out with in a long time, and we get to the highway. It's a 65 mile per hour road. This is Connecticut, and she was going 135 miles per hour, and I'm like, "What are we fucking doing here? What are we doing
that's
here?"
That's a lot.
I'm not the kind of person to be like slow the fuck down, because it was someone I have not talked to in a while. I didn't want to be like judgy of how they drive, but I was like, bro, slow. What is this? Why?
I do want to get through these last two because I want this segment to be a little tighter than this. But I do have this memory of when I was working for Ring. I was trying to like make friends with some of my coworkers, and one of them was this guy who offered to like give me weed, and he wanted to drive me to his house. And I got in his Nissan Altima, and he went almost 200 miles per hour, swerving in and out of traffic. And I was like, this guy's gonna fucking kill me. And then I go over to his house, and we smoke together, and he's like showing me all of his guns, and then he wants me to play Paper Mario and one of the Pokemon games. I forget which one. I'm sure
Actually,
if I showed you,
cool
but he was like a nerd. He was like like reminded me of you, Ben, but he was just really into weeds, weed, guns, and driving. He's like you if you were into being like a criminal. But the story doesn't end there, because about a couple weeks later, he totaled the vehicle. Like he like completely like annihilated it, and he went to jail because all of his guns in the car were unregistered. They were like illegal guns.
He's the coolest.
So he actually went away forever.
Dude, so cool. I like that guy. What's his name? Don't dox him.
I don't actually remember his name.
Grimace.
I don't know why that fucking got me. He was fat too. I guess that's probably why.
The thought of Grimace.
He was a big fat guy.
Yeah. Well, the thought of Grimace being like a big criminal and just going home and playing Pokemon is kind of funny.
He also had that really shitty piercing where it was like a ball like right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would just feel like doing that would just like hurt my teeth, to like chip a tooth or something, you know?
Okay, wait, we got 2 more hot takes here. 2 more, all right? We're gonna get through this. The song is looping, all right?
Yeah.
It's probably fine to eat a sandwich while driving. Is the next one.
Yeah. That's not. I feel like it's the most lukewarm take. I had every time I go to travel those 9 hours, I hit like 3 or 4 McDonald's, get a McGangbang, and I make it. And I
thought about this, Ben. I do think there's a difference between a nice little compact fast food burger like McDonald's and going to like a deli and getting a sandwich. If you're getting like kind of loose.
If you're getting like a thick sub sandwich and you're downing that shit, it's the same.
Okay, David.
I mean, I think it's up to how much you want to get on the floor of your car, but
oh my god, I get so much.
I'm more so referring to like distracted driving.
Safety wise, I don't think it matters as long as you're not so worried about. Like,
I'm showing this to my parole officer.
So let me just say, if you're driving a straight highway for 100 miles, who gives a shit if you're eating a fucking sandwich? But if you're like doing like turns and shit, and when you gotta lock in and turn down your music and you're trying to eat a fucking sandwich, it's not gonna work.
There was so I ran a red light when I was younger. I was like, I don't know, like 18 years old when this happened. And in Arizona, they take that very seriously. I paid like hundreds of dollars. I had to call off work to go take a defensive driving course. I had to and then I had to pay it was like $500 was the original fine. I had to call out of work, which cost me opportunity cost and money, right? Because I wasn't working for that day. I had to go take the course. And then I had to pay an extra like $350 to actually like take the course. All because one camera caught me like the end of a fucking thing.
Yeah.
Whatever. And in the I actually really liked it, by the way, which is a whole other thing. It was funny because I was in there. And then it was like a few like grandmas that like didn't know how to like operate a vehicle, like probably shouldn't even have a license anyways, and they're just really sweet. And then like hardened criminals. Like one of the guys in there like he was on his 5th DUI and like maimed, like severely injured someone in a car accident like last month. And he was like in AA, and he was like, you had to like talk to everyone in the class about your like story and situation. And it's just really funny to hear like, I don't know. I thought the light was green. And then the next person's like, don't go down my path, guys. I don't know if I can turn my life around. I've ruined others' lives around me, and I am full of sin and regret. And
Meanwhile,
I thought it was neat.
Meanwhile, that one friend is shooting off guns and playing Pokemon.
Yeah,
he needs help. That guy needs fucking help. Don't play Pokemon in 2025. Sorry, go ahead.
Curious to hear your take on that, but anyways, the point why I bring this up was because there's like a PowerPoint presentation when you first get in there, and the very first slide was on distracted driving, and it was a girl with a cigarette in her mouth, and she's like on her phone texting, and she's eating like a sandwich, and there's like fries in the cup holder, and she's like, it's like every possible thing you could be doing, like oh my god,
are you not supposed to smoke and drive?
People do it all the fucking time.
I know.
But,
is it is it illegal?
I don't think it's against the law. I just think the course was educating you about how to be a safer driver.
Okay.
Anyways, using the turn lane to pass someone should be illegal. That's it.
The turn lane to pass someone.
Is it illegal? I don't know. So maybe it's bad on me for not knowing, but people do it all the time.
Yeah, that seems like
pisses me off.
That sounds like a dick move. It definitely sounds like a dick move. It happens
all the time. There's a intersection kind of by where I live where it's 3 lanes on one end, and on the opposite end there's 2 lanes, and that third lane turns into a turning lane. Right? So it's been 3 lanes for a while, and then it turns at one point and becomes 2 lanes at the other end of the intersection. By golly, people line up
in that
turning lane, and they will rev their engine. They'll rev it. They'll let you know, like, I'm gonna fucking take this angle on you, and they'll around, and it happens every time. I actually willing to bet it happens every single time. If either of you ever come out here, I'll show you the intersection, and I guarantee you, I will put money on it that someone will go in and do that shit.
I've heard Texas drivers are bad. Are Phoenix drivers just as bad?
I was actually just going to bring that up too, like, because sometimes there will be a turn lane, but then way behind it, it's kind of like there's like 2 yellow lines and 2 yellow lines, and there's just this area in the middle for like cars turning out of parking lots.
It's the gore lane, yeah.
And so many times when there's backed up traffic, it'll be like the turn lane, and then a half mile behind that, people just in there waiting to turn. So like no one can get the fuck out of their parking lots or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'll be sitting in the actual lane waiting to get to the turn lane, not knowing that's how Texas is, and I'm just getting past, and then I'm fucking stuck trying to merge to the turn lane last second, looking like a dickhead.
Texas is one of those states too where they get real serious about the passing lane rules. Like out in Arizona, I'm sure there's some people that care, but people don't give a fuck. You could ride in the left-hand lane all the way. In Texas, you'll get pulled over by cops for driving in the most left-hand lane.
Well, Arizona's licenses are stupid. You can get your license, when does it expire? Like fucking, like when you turn 65 or something?
When you're 65, yep.
Yeah, and there are people who should not be driving past 50.
My license says it expires in 2063 or something like that.
Mine says 2028.
It's funny too because I traveled to Virginia the week after I turned 21. I was like, oh, I can legally drink, but I didn't have the horizontal license yet. I just had the vertical license, but it had my birthday on it correctly. Every single person would check that expiration date and would kick me out of whatever fucking bar. And they wouldn't kick me out, but they would give me a hard time. You know what I mean? Like every single fucking place I went into had to be like, this is a fake ID. No, it's not.
Yeah.
That was hot takes.
Yeah, good section. Good bit. Good wheel bits. Besides the marshmallow one.
Suck my fucking dick. I'm so fucking awesome. I'm so fucking awesome. I love you.
That's true.
I love you.
That's true. I want to just have a quick conversation with you guys about something that I'm very passionate about. The Nintendo Switch 2 is $450.
They're canceling pre-orders for tariffs, right?
No, they're
delaying it.
They're delaying the pre-orders, but the release date is still the same.
Those marshmallows are gonna fuck my stomach.
They are gonna fuck your stomach up.
I'm gonna Google this.
Switch 2 is $450. Switch 2 with Mario Kart is $500. Mario Kart is $80. $80 fucking dollars.
There's a lot.
Who?
Oh no! It says
We were
I
not
got
done with
tooth decay.
70. We were never done with 70. We've been on 70 for like a half a year. What the fuck is going on? Sorry.
I got
really
your answer,
excited.
buddy. They're preparing for GTA 6, which is going to cost $100, and then that's your new.
Well, here's my thing, Zachary, is I'm going to buy it anyway, but it makes me mad. It makes me pissed because I want to play Pokemon. I want to play Pokemon in high definition with a frame rate that isn't 6 FPS. And I have to pay $500 to do that, and that's okay. That's okay. But why, if I want to experience any modern gen game, I have to spend another $80?
Can I counter
80.
this argument
Go ahead.
really quick? What was the price that you're going to pay for the Switch 2?
$500.
Do you really think getting the frame rate from 30 to 60 is worth $600?
If it was 30 to 60, no. If it's like 10 to 60, yeah.
I can't imagine it's that bad.
You haven't played Scarlet and Violet. Clearly,
Okay.
because that game runs like dick and it looks like dick, and I'm hoping with the free upgrade that it'll look a little bit better. But the reason that's not the only. I'm being exaggerative. The Donkey Kong looks
Switch
great.
2. I think Switch 2 looks great. I don't think it is like anything enough for me to be like, oh yeah, I got to spend my money on that right now.
No, for sure. Donkey Kong looks great. Kirby Air Ride looks great. Metroid Prime 4 looks great. All the games that they showed off look awesome. Besides that weird wheelchair Rocket League game, that's a bit odd.
It looked awesome. Did you see the clip of that guy who thought it was? What did he think it was? Oh yeah. There's a guy. There's like this black guy. He's like watching the reveal, and they start doing the things with the Switch things, and he goes, "Oh man, nobody wants to fucking DJ." And then it cuts to a guy in a wheelchair, and he's like, "Oh fuck."
No, dude, that shit looks so bad, and that's the only thing that looks bad. So Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom in 1080 120 is 1080p 120 is crazy. They have 4K 120 is crazy for a Switch. I never thought that would be a thing. And truthfully, the price of it is not bad, given that it's 4K 120 on a Nintendo console. Nintendo has famously been cheaper than the competition. Not anymore, and they're going hard because the Nintendo Switch wasn't. It took way too long. It wasn't good for 2017 standards, and it's certainly not good for 2025 standards. Happy that June 2nd it's coming out, I think.
Juneteenth
it's coming out, and I'm going to be playing Mario Kart with people who hate their wallets.
I pre-ordered Elon Musk Assassination Simulator.
Is that like the JFK Reloaded game?
Yeah, no, I'm just guys. That was a joke. I bought Nubby Reloaded.
I bought Nubby Reloaded. Nubby, you killing Nubby.
Can you even notice 4K on a screen this fucking big?
So it's the screen is only 1080p, but if you put it on the dock, it's 4K on the screen. But the 1080, you can barely. My blind ass probably wouldn't even notice the 1080p difference between the 1080p and the 900p or whatever it was. But I'm just happy that Nintendo consoles are entering the modern age with strongly. I mean, it is expensive. The tariffs
David,
are
why
down
does
a
it
little
look
bit.
like you're in like a little fake box outside?
It does. Is that a fake background?
You know, you ever like build like a little shoebox diorama? Like a little inside interior and like a little shoebox? It looks like someone did that with your house and then put you in a dark room.
Where's he going? He can't give a straight face.
David, what's up in your world? What have you been up to?
I'm just hanging out.
Okay, sick. Wait.
Got a break from work for the last couple of weeks. Got another couple weeks off.
I'm excited for you, David.
Thank you.
And with that, David, and I'm happy to hear that update, and I'm happy that you were here. Well, I'm always happy that you're here. Can you outro the show?
Are we done?
Episode 55 is the episode that we're on.
Thanks for watching episode 55. Hopefully Ben doesn't lose the recording like episode 41.
There's somewhere around there.
Which one was the one with the two dudes, the two brothers?
There's two of those.
There's 37, as I think the one he's talking
like,
about. It was one of the 37s.
Yeah, it was like Lippy and Chippy or something.
Lippy and Chippy.
Yeah, you remember that.
Forget.
You never forget Lippy and Jippy. Yeah, hopefully I won't. I mean, everything looks like it's working fine. But if you don't see this,
Ben, because this is the end of the episode, we're gonna do a survey. We're gonna have to rate this 1 through 5.
All right.
How did your agent do today?
We're answering the survey?
Well, yeah. How did your agent perform on this call?
4.
Okay.
I don't know who my agent is.
Was your issue solved?
Yes, but they made me pay extra.
On a scale of 1 to 5, how likely are you to recommend this service to your friend?
Sad face.
Oh,
like the bar where it's like happy face, sad face, all that. Yeah, sad. I'm sad face for sure.
Jesus Christ! I thought it was your fucking friend.
But this is Norm Macdonald, and I'm ending the podcast.
He's rolling in his grave, dude.
Thanks everybody for watching episode 55. It's indistinguishable.
You're right. That's way funny. You're right. That's way funnier.
Well, thank you. It's Norm Macdonald, so it better be funny. You just said he was a hero and everything. So.
Oh well,
that one goes to you.
I was going to say I didn't say that, but then I remembered I kind of did.
And I'm kind of your hero too. So it might as well be him.
You're not dead yet, so
that's right. Kill your heroes is what they say.
Yeah, Elon Musk, you're my hero.
All right, thanks everybody for watching. Everybody wave. You guys want to play Blazing Eights?
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, wait, we haven't ended the podcast yet. We're playing Blazing Eights. See ya.